Hello, welcome to Golden Extra. My name is James Ronald. If it's your first time to be on this channel, please remember to subscribe and give a thumb. And turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on some of the amazing content that we will be bringing for you. We are going to look at the UEFA Champions League. We had the first leg quarterfinal UEFA Champions League matches, very interesting matches. We've seen Bayern in the first leg at Bernabeu beating Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid doing the same, PSG at Parc the Princes picking maximum points. Results that was expected of them. Arsenal going to Portugal and grinding the results and coming back to London with what they deserve. But first, though, let's start with what happened on Wednesday. Atletico Madrid at Camp Nou facing Barcelona. Well, yes, Barcelona with the red card, ending the 90 minutes with 10 men. Pau Subasi, that defender, getting red card in the 44th minute. But talking about this game now, the Atletico Barcelona, I think this is this was one of the matches. Atletico back Barca matches that can go either way. We've seen Barcelona of recent. I think a few days ago we saw Barcelona beating Atletico Madrid, and now to me to some it was a build up to the Champions League first leg quarterfinal tie, which Atletico emerged victorious. But if you were to look at the previous game Barca Atletico Madrid had, it was probably hard for anyone to say Atletico is going to beat Barcelona. But I but with this result, I think this put Atletico Madrid in a very, I don't want to say a very comfortable position for them to probably see off Barca and they get through to the semi-final. But they still yet hard. They're still going to work hard though. Yes, they have to work really hard in the second leg at Wanda Metropolitano Stadium if they are to go through, because these are the kind of results that any team can turn it around. If we're to talk about the comebacks, we saw in recent seasons, we saw Liverpool, Barcelona, and Liverpool had to turn, was it a 3-0 win that Barcelona had at Camp Nou, and then at Anfield, Liverpool had to turn it around and they beat Barca. Recently this season, we saw Sporting Lisbon overturning a 3-0 defeat they had in Norway. Bodo Glimt beating them 3-0, and they saw the business. They had to get it done in Portugal, 5 goals that saw them through to the quarterfinal. So with this 2-0, uh, two goals, that I think already having in the bag is not yet done. For me, I think it's not yet done. Barcelona can still go to Metropolitano Stadium and change these results. One interesting thing is these are the two teams. They know each other really well. Today, Atletico beat Barca. Tomorrow, Barca beat Atletico, and next day you see you again find Atletico beating Barca. So it is something like that. Today, Barca. Tomorrow, Atletico. The next day, Atletico, Barca, just like that. So who knows what will happen in the second leg when Atletico Madrid will be hosting Barcelona. Beating Barcelona in the second leg. Mm, it's going to be interesting to see what Diego Simeone is going to do with this team when in the second leg, because we would want to see, are they going to attack Barca? Are they going to defend? We know Diego Simeone team very good at defending. Are they going to, you know, deploy that tactic, defending? Because I know Barca in the second leg will just come at them, wanting to to overturn, maybe come in the second half, in the first half, score the early goal, disorganize a little players. I mean, disorganize the team in the second half. You can still sneak a goal. That is one thing that we are going to see if Diego Simeone in the second leg will, I mean, structure his team in the mode of defending what they were, and they're good at it. They can do that, and maybe they can limit Barca. Um, I don't know, but it is up to Diego. It up to Simeone what he can do with his team in the second leg. But for Barcelona, for Hansi Flick, it is clear you need to go and find a way to get an early goal in the first half. Something can happen, disorganize the Atletico team. That means Hansi Flick is going to set his team from the word get go, from the first means attack, 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 because that is the job they have to do, overturn the results. With this, yes, Atletico in a great position, but they are yet to work really hard. They have to work really hard in the second leg to ensure or to make sure that they go through in the semi-final. And if you ask me, I don't want to write Barca off from this. They have the qualities, the young players who can do it, and when you have Hansi Flick, the tactician behind this Barca team, you can write them off. With that, I'm not going to write Barcelona off from this tie. They can change, they can overturn this. You have seen results overturned. I mean, in the second leg, Liverpool, Barca, that year, those who remember the game. And of recent, we saw Bodo Glimt Sporting CP. Another game, PSG Liverpool, as expected. Everyone expected, and even me personally expected PSG to go ahead and win against Liverpool at Paris, at Parc des Princes. Um, what surprised me, I think, Arne Slot surprised me with this selection and the way, he lined up his team, sort of a 3-4-3 something, or a 5-3-2 something, wiring his team or tuning his team to defending. Yes, we know the qualities that PSG have, and they can hurt you if you're not conscious, if you're not concentrated, if you don't do exactly what you need, what is needed of you. And I think, to me, Arne Slot did that with his lineup, like having five defenders. For him, it was to, at least don't go lose, come back home at Anfield and in the second leg, and probably you get something out of it. But it wasn't probably as he planned. And PSG was so good in the first half. Zere Due with that. Yes, it was a deflection, but again, the goalkeeper pulling off his line, and was it easy? Sort of easy for me for Due to, because it was a deflection, easy for Due to nick that goal. Um, and from then on, PSG was looking for that goal, and they got the second goal, and I think they were just unlucky, PSG, because there were moments that they went with the ball in the final third and the sixth area box for Liverpool, and they couldn't convert into goals. I pray the chances PSG had in the first half, in the first leg, should not haunt them in the second leg, because this is a Liverpool side that have history in the Champions League. They believe, the fans believe, the team believe that it is Anfield. Now PSG coming to Anfield, it is Anfield, and they can change the results. They did it before at Anfield. That means they can still do it. But now the challenge is this quality PSG have, and not just the players, the quality of the players, but the quality of the manager, the experience is having to see off games in games like this. You need a manager like Enrique. His experience, he's been here before, and he knows how to grind these results. And probably, if you ask me, for me, I think with the qualities PSG having, and the main man behind them, that is Enrique. And you look at Liverpool struggling not only in Europe but domestically. So I think it Liverpool is going to will be staging some fight though. It's not going to be easy like just going in and see the game through. I mean, for PSG, Liverpool will be ready to put in a fight to at least try to find a way to see all the result. I mean, see all the game probably if they can come at PSG and win. I mean, and score and score and I mean get something out of it. But it won't be easy because I'm seeing Arne Slot's side. If Arne Slot I mean, think like I'm going to attack PSG. Well, yes, they can do it. And but again, with the qualities that PSG have, it won't be easy. Liverpool already they are porous in defense, and with the qualities that PSG have, if they keep moving forward, I mean, in the second leg, attacking, looking for that goal. I mean, for Liverpool, that means their back line will be exposed. And once they're exposed, if for those who watch the game in the first leg, look at the quick counter, the quick transition that PSG had in the first leg. I kind of seeing that in the second leg if Liverpool uh, team be like attacking, that leave the back line porous, shaky, and with the qualities and the way they do the transition, at, counter attack, and just call it the way you can call it. But I'm seeing it not going to be easy for honest for us, right? Liverpool. For me, I'm seeing PSG going through. Then, okay, the return leg for this game, Atletico Barcelona, then PSG, Liverpool will be on Tuesday, 14th, next week. And then another second leg tie that will be on 15th. That will be Wednesday. Real Madrid, I mean Bayern Munich facing Real Madrid. Now we saw in the first leg Real Madrid, well, as expected. I think many expected Bayern to get something from this game, first leg against Real Madrid being at Bernabeu. Well, it wasn't going to be easy. We all know the pedigree that Real Madrid have in the UEFA Champions League. But this is Bayern this season. They are really doing very well. The best team, you ask me, the best team in Europe at the moment, and the favorite to win the championship. I mean, the European Championship this season. So, facing this Real Madrid side that, well, they get today, they win tomorrow. You're not so sure if they're going to win. They played really well in the last 16 against Man City. They played well, and against all odds, we saw Real Madrid going through to the quarterfinal. But again, facing a very decent, very organized side, a very quality side in terms of Bayern Munich, and I don't think they have a way for this. Well, this is a Madrid team, a Madrid side. You can't rule them off. They have a history in the UEFA Champions League, and for every player there, they know the responsibility of being there, being in Madrid, being a Madrid player, and when you're playing a UEFA Champions League match, you know what is expected of you. And facing Bayern at Allianz Arena, it won't be easy. It won't be easy for Abelard. It won't be easy for Real Madrid. Yes, they have some individual players, Mbappe, Vini Jr., you name them, with the individual qualities, the brilliancy, they can get something out of it. Um, but though, I don't see Madrid coming out of this. I mean, seeing beating Bayern at Allianz Arena with the way Bayern is playing at the moment and the qualities they have, I, I'm thinking of this. What will make Madrid have a chance in this is the goal they scored at Bernabeu. That one goal is is important. That one goal very important for Real Madrid, and if they can just go there, get a goal, be the first to get this to score, and that would disorganize Bayern. And now they can now bank on the qualities they have, the individual qualities they have. Mbappe, Vini Jr., just name those crop of players. Maybe Valverde. I don't know if with Valverde again, the way he showed up in the Man City game. I don't know if it's going to be Valverde again or Vini Jr. or Kylian Mbappe, but the one goal they scored at Bernabeu is very important for them. If they can just go to Allianz Arena and be the first to score, probably is going to disorganize Bayern a bit, and now it will play to their advantage because they can now do whatever they want to do. But it won't be easy. It won't be easy. If you ask me, to me, I think it's going to be Real Madrid going through. Then another game is Sporting CP coming to London, to England, facing Arsenal. Um, Arsenal had a very rough period before the first leg against Sporting CP, before they traveled to Sporting to Portugal. They had a very rough period. Uh, I mean, losing the final Carabao Cup final, knocked out by Southampton in the quarterfinal FA Cup, and there was now this talk. This is the Arsenal story, season in, season out. But then going to Portugal, they needed the results. They needed to win at least to make a fine performance so that they can get the. I'm not saying they lost the confidence, but again, to to bring back the belief because it would have been disastrous. I mean, dangerous or destroying or damaging for them if they had lost the game against Sporting. If they had lost that game, probably would have been damaging for the whole team. I mean, the Arsenal team. But the fact that they went to Portugal, they kept it tight, and they found their way to get that goal. I think that tells you the mentality that this team, this current Arsenal team, have, and how far they can go in this competition. On the record this season, they're still unbeaten in the UEFA Champions League, and they're still among the favorite to win the competition. It's a subject to debate though, because we still have a crop of and a couple of good teams still in the competition. Bayern, PSG, and now there's Arsenal. Talk about Atletico, Real Madrid, Barcelona. They're still all in the mix. So all these teams are still in it. But for Arsenal, that goal Kai Havertz scored in the 90th plus minute was so important, valuable for them to bring the confidence back, to the spirit, to energize their spirit, and be like, yes, we are still in it. We can still do this. Now, coming to London in the second leg on Wednesday, 15th, I think that one goal is not yet done for Arsenal because I think Sporting made life really difficult for Arsenal in Portugal. And if they play the same way they did at home, I mean Sporting, then Arsenal should expect a very difficult game in the second leg. That is what I'm saying. I think Arsenal were lucky. They were lucky to me in that first leg. Um, the fact that they won 1-0, it's not the story of the way the game panned out. Uh, David Raya had to make decent saves, good saves, and they were just unlucky. I mean, Sporting, to me, they were not lucky. That happens in the game, is part of the game. But Arsenal took their chance and they won the game 1-0. That brings us to the quality that this Arsenal team is having at the moment, and you can't just write them off anyhow. And with that being at the Emirates, it's London, and the full backing of the fans, it's going to be a very interesting atmosphere for Arsenal. And I think probably it's going to make life difficult for Sporting